Michael, where do you rank Brady in the MVP race?
Well, right now I rank him behind Russell Wilson, and I still give Russell a slight edge because Russ has more wins, less losses, and he had a hiccup last week. He did throw 3 interceptions, which I thought set him back, and he can't have that type of setback this week. It has to be, full force ahead for Russell Wilson. But for Tom, I think he's worked his way back into this conversation, and for good reason. There's no quarterback in this league right now who's had a bigger impact on his team, offensively and defensively, than Tom Brady. And Tom's being the type of guy that, getting your face on offense and getting your face on defense, these guys just don't want that. And the MVP, it goes to the ultimate leader. It's not about what you do, in between the hashes. It's about what you do, on and off the field. And I think, for Tom to step up and be the leader vocally, just do everything that he's always done has propelled him high in this conversation behind Russ. But he's working his way up, and I see this team continuing to ascend and get better. And, in the end, we'll see what happens. But Tom is on the right trajectory right now. And this is what we expected to see out of this team. It took a while, but I will say this, without Tom, there is no Gronk. There is no Antonio Brown. This team can handle a lot of different things right now, and it's because of Tom Brady. And I think the Tom Brady effect is definitely setting this course right now.
Mike, am I the only one that's noticing this? Is that they pick up Tom Brady, they say since week 3. So did week 1 and 2 not happen?
It did happen, Shannon. But,
Okay.
It happened, but it's all about, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Okay,
you know
so
that.
Well, right now, because all I know is everybody on this list, I got Russ 1, I got Rodgers 2, I got Mahomes 3, I have Brady tied with Derrick Henry for 4, because everybody else on this list have fewer losses than Tom Brady. Now, I thought, I understand it's a stat of war, but wins and losses will weigh heavily into this. Am I correct? If you look,
that's correct. But you only, as a quarterback, you got to have short-term memory, for one.
Yeah.
And you're only as good as your last game. And
right.
You can never lose sight of that. So,
so Aaron Rodgers was unbelievable.
As a quarterback, you can only enjoy your win for about 24 hours, if that. Other than that, you got to turn the pace. You got to keep it moving. And that's what Tom has done at a rapid pace this year. Then it started out rocky. Finished it strong. Got a long way to go.
I'm glad you said that, because Aaron Rodgers' last game, he threw 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. Patrick Mahomes won a game, scored 43 points. And Russ, as you mentioned, Russ had a setback with those 3 interceptions. But if you look at everybody, the quarterbacks that I mentioned on this list, with the exception, Russ has more touchdowns but more interceptions. All the other guys have fewer interceptions, have fewer losses, have higher QBR, higher completion percentage, higher yards per attempt. How you catapult that? Derrick Henry, you look at, let's take Russ. Russ' defense is giving up 480 yards per game and 29 points per game. They're 4-1 in one-score games, and they've won 5 of the 6. Is that not a high degree? Just imagine, Mike, you go into the field and you know your defense on Sunday is going to give up 29 points and 500 yards. Is that not a lot of pressure, as opposed to your defense with Devin White, Levante David, JPP, Shaq Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh? Come on. That man's degree of difficulty. Aaron Rodgers playing 3 weeks without Devontae Adams. Man, y'all better stop playing with these people. I'm not saying Tom Brady, when it's all said and done, won't win this award, having been in the media, understanding that it's about storylines. It's just not about wins and losses. It's just not about stats. I'm not saying Tom, when it's all said and done, won't win this award. Right now, as we sit here, I got him tied with Derrick Henry.
Shannon Sharp. I don't know if you were listening closely to the great Michael Vick as he began his comments, because when it comes to Tom Brady, you hear only what you want to hear and disregard the rest.
No, I heard everything.
Okay. Michael Vick said that Russell Wilson is barely ahead of Tom Brady. So he barely has Tom Brady second in the MVP race. I told you that I believe Tom Brady has edged ahead, number one in the MVP race. But to quote, again, the great Michael Vick, no quarterback has had a bigger impact on his team than Brady has through the first 7 games, because clearly every other quarterback came into this season with great continuity, with a coaching staff, obviously, and with receivers that he knew. Tom started over after 20 years in New England, cold in Tampa. All new coaching staff, all new teammates, all new offense to try to figure out on the fly, with no OTAs except virtual and no preseason games. So you're saying, did everybody eliminate the first 2 games? Well, give him some break, because once he started, he really started. And he was the player of the month for October in the NFC. And over his last 5 games, Brady is 15 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's the best interception to touchdown ratio in the league over the last 5 games. That's all you need to know. Advantage Brady.
You talking about, hold on, you said over the last 5 games, how many touchdowns does he have?
15.
Oh, my homeboy got 16 touchdowns and 1 interception over the entire season. So what about the other 2 games?
Hey, a couple weeks ago, man, the world was, I wouldn't say, everybody was joking Tom, because you can't really joke Tom. He had a mishap in the game, and then, everything seemed to be crumbling down, and people were throwing in the towel. And since then, the way he has responded has just been immaculate. And I got to take my hat off to that guy. As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, you have to be inferior of Tom walking down that sideline and getting in your throat, and going at your neck, because that's what he's going to do. Take nothing away from Russ. I love Russ. I love the man he is. I love his whole demeanor and the person he is. But if he had a little bit of that in him, that defense might be playing a little bit better.
No,
because Tom is not afraid to do that. He amplifies everybody and he sets the tone. And it's no way of getting around that. It's point blank. It's right there in your face. And, that goes a long way, man. It's so paramount when he do that, and guys respond to it. So, it's no substitution for it, man. It's no substitution for it, Shannon. This is what Tom Brady brings to the table.
You know what, Mike? Old Skip Bayless, he think he's slick. But I remember everything. When Coach Belichick was trying to get rid of Tom Brady and put in Jimmy Garoppolo, he said the mere fact that Tom Brady is going out there playing at this high level, he should get kudos. Did the Green Bay Packers, did they trade up in the draft and select a quarterback and basically tell Aaron Rodgers, you on borrowed time here? So what does that play into that, Michael Vick, when they draft your replacement?
First of all, you only draft the replacement when it's a necessity. That wasn't a necessity. That was a wasted pick, in Green Bay.
Oh, you think that ain't what they told Aaron Rodgers? When you trade up to get somebody, they're not saying that's a wasted pick.
Man, that guy gonna sit for the next 3 or 4 years. Jordan Love is gonna sit for the next couple of years behind Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna be great for him because he'll have a chance to learn. But nevertheless, let's just celebrate Tom for where he's at right now. The man has never had weapons since Randy Moss. He's always been dependent on tight ends, I think, and slot guys. And it's been unfortunate, and he's still been able to win and pull off the big games and play well in critical moments. So I think that's to be celebrated. Now I'm just trying to enjoy what Tom Brady has to work with, the luxuries around him, and it's not fool's gold. He's showing up. He's showing up with attitude, and they're winning football games. And it's going to continue to steamroll. They got the Giants this week. Always play good versus the Giants. Tom Brady's going to continue to stay in control, and I'm excited about it.
So, Michael, you have to forgive Shannon Sharp because he has tried to retire Tom Brady for 4 straight years here on Undisputed. And it is just driving him out of his mind that at 43, Tampa Bay is taking over the NFL and has taken over that franchise and made it, I don't even think arguably, the best team in pro football right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers used to be the worst organization in all of sports in winning percentage over their lifetime. They are suddenly transformed by Tom Brady into the best team in pro football. And Tom Brady leads Pro Football Focus grading. Big-time throws, 20-plus yard throws. He's got 24. That's #1 in the NFL. Fewest turnover-worthy plays, says Pro Football Focus. Tom Brady with only 3.
Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. When you was in the league, did they have a stat for turnover-worthy plays? They say either you turned the ball over or you didn't. It was simple as that. But you see what they're trying to do? Now, all of a sudden, it's turnover-worthy plays. All I know, Mahomes has 1 interception. All I know is Aaron Rodgers has 2 interceptions. I don't know how many other plays they run that could have been turnovers, but that's what we know. That's factual. All that other stuff, turnover-worthy plays. What about QBR? I thought that was Skip Bayless's Bible.
He in a new system. Tom's in a new system, and I'm not trying to justify what has happened bad in any way. Tom's in a new system. No OTAs, no training camps like we've talked about on numerous occasions. It takes time. It takes reps. Unfortunately for him, he has to get his reps in live action, and he has to take chances. He has to sacrifice and put the ball in the air and still do that and be meticulous about it.
Whoa.
You know, for where he's at right now, you got to give him the credit, Shannon.
Mike, you know
Mike,
let me ask you a question. Mike, let me ask you a question.
It's the GOAT,
okay, he the GOAT. Okay, I got to go. He eat grass. If I take that goat and put him in Michael Vick's backyard, what is he going to do? Eat grass. If he the GOAT at quarterback, he should be able to go take them Chris Godwin. Look, you make it seem like he got what he got in New England. He got Chris Godwin. He got Mike Evans. He got Gronk. He got the 4th leading rusher in football in Roe Jones. Y'all better stop playing.
Shannon, timeout. He's had Chris Godwin missing for 4 games. The best receiver graded by Pro Football Focus last year in all of football has missed 4 games so far.